What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by, spending a few minutes of your time here with me tonight. Um, I'm very excited to share this video with you because I feel as if I'm starting the next stretch of my journey. I feel like I'm really stepping into the next part of my path here. Okay. I'm taking some concrete steps and I feel like I'm going in the right direction. And I wanted to sort of talk to you about why I feel like this and then sort of share with you where I'm at right now and the direction that I'm headed in. Okay. So I appreciate you being here with me for this video. If you're returning to my channel, I appreciate your continued support. It means the world to me. If you're new here, I would ask you to consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. You know, um, anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, so the news is that I am starting therapy. I have found a therapist that seems to be right for me. I have, um, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, you know, and it's sort of just kind of aligned. You know what I mean? Like, and I want to talk to you about this alignment. So, I just had my son here visiting for Thanksgiving, and we had a really good time. A few nights before he went back home, we sat down and watched a movie called Us. This movie is a psychological horror movie directed by Jordan Peele. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed the movie, and I noticed in the first few minutes of the film there are these symbolic references made. Okay, so in the first few scenes of the movie, we see the numbers 1111. We see white rabbits. We see um, this carnival fun house of mirrors that is called Find Yourself, right? So the movie quickly flashes these sort of symbols that are well known uh, to certain people, right? To those who are looking, who have eyes to see, or whatever you want to say, right? So I noticed this, and I was like, that's pretty interesting how they used that in this film. And the numbers 1111 are shown in this film. There's a person that looks like homeless or something, and they're holding a cardboard box sign that says Jeremiah 11:11. Okay, so like a Bible verse, a biblical reference here, and and I just thought it was pretty interesting, right? So that night, I got a notification on my phone that said I needed to update my software, and so I clicked on the update, started it, and I noticed the time was 11:11. And then I noticed the Android update is the update to Android 11. So there is 11:11:11. All right. Then the next day, my son and I went to my sister's house for dinner. And when we left, it was raining, it was storming, just raining cats and dogs. And we had to stop at this three-way stop sign, okay, this crossroads. And at the stop sign that we stopped at in the car, there was a man standing there in a yellow overcoat, standing under an umbrella, holding a cross, staring at us as we stop at the stop sign and make our turn. And it was pretty odd, right? It's sort of like my ears pricked up. I was like, that was strange. I didn't say anything about it, but I'm like, I'm going to keep my eyes open, right? And It's like this was so weird to have this guy here standing in the rain, kind of dressed funny and holding a cross. You know what I mean? It was really weird. So when I got home, this sort of prompted me to open my Bible and just pick a page and read a little bit, see what I see. And I was shocked when I read what I read because it seemed to be um, like on point with the way that I've been feeling, the things I've been dealing with internally for months and perhaps even longer, right? And I continued to read, and I read something that really inspired me, that made me feel joyful. I was reminded of something, and in the moment I was filled with this presence. Okay, and so as I was filled with this presence, I asked my higher power. I was like, "Yo, if this is you, can I get a sign? Can I get some sign for real? Like, so I know." You know what I mean? I'm not asking for a sign like, show me if you're real. I'm like, no, just like, bro, communicate with me so I know that me and you are on the same page, right? Okay. The next day, I had to deliver my son to the airport so he could catch his flight back home. On the way to the airport, I saw on a license plate the numbers 4444. Okay. And so I sort of filed that away. I was like, that's interesting. Now, as we get closer to the airport, one of the buildings near the airport has these giant gold address numbers, 2222. So I sort of took note of that also. I was like, let me file that away. Interesting. I didn't say anything. I didn't bring this up. I didn't like say to the people in the car, hey, look, 4444. Hey, look, 2222. No, I kept it all right here. So my son and I enter the airport. I check the screen for departures. His flight is leaving at 11:33. I was like, okay, that's a small one, you know what I'm saying? But I file it away, no big deal. And look, we might see these numbers every day, so I'm not taking this serious. This is not the sign that I'm looking for, but these things are adding up, so I'm paying attention, right? Now, I'm sitting at the gate, waiting with my son, and I see, because I like to people watch when I'm in the airport, especially, right? You see all sorts of different people, interesting people. I love looking at people. I think people are lovely. Okay. So I'm watching people, and somebody stands out to me. They stand out because they're wearing sort of like a pink sweatsuit. All right. And they walk past me not once, but twice. They go this way, and they barely get past, and they just stop, and they just stand there for a minute. Then they turn around, almost like on cue, and they walk right past me again, almost like they like something wants me to notice them. And on the front of their sweatshirt, in a circle, were the words "Holy Spirit." And I was like, okay, all right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I feel you. Um, I sort of got my confirmation. I was like, who's wearing a pink jumpsuit that says Holy Spirit here at the airport? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just weird to me, and all of these things were stacking up. So um, this sort of alignment makes me feel peaceful in the direction that I'm moving in. In fact, it excites me. It makes me feel uh, hopeful and joyful. I have something to look forward to. It feels like, is this some sort of faith? And this faith that I'm experiencing is the result of something called grace or something. It feels strange to me. But all of these things aligning like this and finding a therapist to work with, um, that just seems right up my alley, right? Because I've browsed for maybe months. I've looked through therapists, and I have not really seen anyone that stands out to me. They all seem like they're selling the same thing. You know what I mean? And then after this, I found one. It was like, bam. And I had to do some extra work. I really have to put in some extra work. And I have some standards. I'm like, bruh, I'm not doing no Zoom therapy. I need some in-person things so I can really inspect these people, so I can see who I'm dealing with and really get to know them, right? So I won't do that. But this person lives a distance away from me that makes it Zoom much more of an accessible option. So I said, okay, this person seems right. Okay, I'm going to move forward, have some faith. I'm actually going to do this, even though it's, Zoom things that I probably will never even see them in person. You know what I'm saying? But the way that I've been feeling, I feel like this is the next step for me. This is going to move me closer to where I am supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying? Not that I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be. You know what I mean? I'm aligned. I'm aligned. I feel like I'm in the flow of life. You know what I'm saying? And it feels good. So I'm excited to share that with you, that I'm starting this therapy. I had a consultation um, today with a psychologist, and it went well. I'm having my first session on Thursday, and I'm going to be doing this weekly starting off, and we'll see where it goes from there. So I'm excited to sort of, keep you updated on how this goes, if there are any effects. If I, just how the experience is, whether it goes well or it doesn't. I'm excited to share that with you. Uh, anyway, man, I appreciate you being here again so much. And until next time, I hope you continue to free your mind.